Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of Ross's Rants. And this week I have Thomas again with me, and we are going to have an excellent show. Thomas, everybody knows who you are, hopefully, by now. But if they don't, then fuck them. Let's just start off by this and saying that this episode is really special for me. Me and you just talked about this with in the past. We said we wanted to do something on this category because I've always felt this about this war. And the war I'm talking about, it's the Great War, the war that ended all wars, but it didn't. But I feel like we don't talk about society doesn't it, like they'll be like, oh hey, yeah, it was because recently it was the 100 years.
Yeah.
And then everybody's just like, 100 year of World War One, going back in my life. But then it's just like, here's Pearl Harbor, let's talk about that. And it's just like, okay, well, so this one we are going to talk about World War One. We're going to share both sides of the war. I want this to be an unbiased. I know that the history is going to go towards the victors, obviously, but we have to also look at the reason why Germany got into World War One and why they were because up to World War One, our major import was Germany. So we imported a lot of Germans.
Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense because a good number of our immigrants are German.
Yes.
Like even now, more people have German ancestry in this country than they do from any other country in Europe.
There's the area where I'm from, it's all German. Like my town that I lived in was the only Irish settlement. The rest of it was all German. Yeah. But they have a huge, obviously the Oktoberfest. They have a huge Oktoberfest there, and but I mean it's just something that I don't think we ever talked about this war. You know what I mean? I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just think we just say it happened. And that's what we're going to go with.
Yeah, it was like a prequel to so much that happened after it.
Yeah.
That I think we just kind of forget about, we forget about it.
Yeah.
It's easy to pass over.
So let's get into it. And most of our information that we are going to be using is from historychannel.com. I'm pretty sure you could pull up any sources that you want from on World War One because it happened already.
There's a lot out there. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of stuff going on. So World War One started by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, also the band known as Franz Ferdinand too. I wish that they did. I kind of wish they did assassinate them because their music is trash. But it is what it is. So Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, and it started the whole battle between
Triple Entente between Britain, France, and Russia. Yeah.
Well, you had Germany, Austria, and Hungary, and Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire. The Central Powers fought against Great Britain, France, Russia, Italy, Romania, Japan, and the United States. Which is actually pretty crazy to know that Japan was on our side.
Yeah.
This war. Yeah. And there was a lot of stuff that would happen out in Japan that they did to the Chinese. So tension was brewing. It was building up at this point. So it was building up because Germany wanted to be its own country. Okay. And Europe was using them for all their resources.
Yeah.
And this dates way, way, way before World War One. This goes back to when the Romans was in charge. Romans even said it. That the barbarians or the Germanic tribes and stuff, they said that they had to keep them separated. Because if they united, they would conquer. And you look at the German people, I don't know about now because it's been years of them being bashed for what they did.
Yeah, basically neutered.
Yeah, pretty much. We pretty much took all their manhood away from them. Obviously, we see what's going on in Germany right now. They have no manhood. We took everything from them, pretty much. So this is going on. Germany is just like, hey man, like I want to be my own country. U.S. supported them, right? U.S. is just like, hey, cool man, we'll support you for whatever cause. Because remember this, Woodrow Wilson, we were playing both sides of the war.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it because we were like, this doesn't have anything to do with me. This is your own involvement, but I'm going to sell you guns.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you this.
Yeah, I'm going to sell you food. I'm going to give you supplies and you supplies. And
so this is going on. People are starting alliance everywhere, right? So,
well, before we get too far with Germany, you probably should know that it was a Serbian that killed the Austrian because they were having a bunch of issues.
Yeah.
Amongst themselves.
Well,
when Germany got involved, it was kind of like back to Austrians.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, the Austrians, except for now this time period, but the Austrians and the Germans have always backed each other. It's like it's like your cousin, your favorite cousin. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna back your favorite cousin over anybody else.
Kind of like America and Canada.
Yeah. I don't know about now because they're a little socialist. Right. So it even says it on the website too. It says about it was a Bosnian Serbian dude.
Yeah.
And they had an agreement with each other, political agreement. They wanted to, I guess the Bosnians and Serbians wanted to destroy that. So this caused an issue with Germany and obviously the Austrians. It caused an issue with them because I guess they had an agreement. For some reason, they always start the fucking war. Okay, they didn't, like, Austrians and fucking Germans started the goddamn war and with Poland in World War II. I'm pretty sure that it was going to start anyways because Hitler was a fucking, very...
Yeah.
So this is going on, and so the Archbishop gets assassinated. And he was shot to death, along with his wife Sophia, by the Serbian nationalists. So this happens on June 28th, 1914. I think what's important about this is that it was like small little events that led up to this too. Because Germany wanted to also be their own country. Yeah. Germany wanted to...
But they wanted to be a powerhouse.
Yeah.
They kept coming really close over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
They never quite got
there. But now they... Because you get what is his name? Kaiser Wilhelm?
Wilhelm.
Yeah. Wilhelm. He, he takes in charge and he wants to... he wants to be... They want to be their own country. And I get it because I don't blame them. Like, right. Because for the longest time they were individual countries inside of a country.
Right, yeah.
And they were like, fuck it, let's unite and let's be our own.
The Germanic nations.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that
so this is going on right now. Kaiser takes power. They waited on to declare war because of Russia's support to Siberia.
Yeah, there's a huge Serbian population. They have like a lot of history between the two of them.
Yeah.
So obviously Russia's going to back Serbia before they back anyone else over there. Really.
Oh yeah, I mean it's.
If you have that shared culture.
Yeah, I mean they live on the same continent. It's just I mean, come on, man. They live in the same fucking area too, in the same country. There's just one wants to be a little different than the other one. One wants socialism and one wants communism.
I mean, with the Serbian Croatian events that happened in the 80s, I mean, Russia was still getting involved in that.
Yeah.
For the same reasons.
So they, they have their... They have their differences, but they also will support each other. So it goes back to your whole, like, your favorite cousin kind of mentality, whereas it's just like, you pushed him, now I'm going to fight you. And it's just like, you have nothing to do with this. So like Russia is going to fucking do, like, we know where this goes with Russia.
Yeah.
Okay. So on July 5th, Kaiser Wilhelm, I guess, secretly pledges his support, gives Austria-Hungary a so-called Carta Blanche or blank check. Insurance to pretty much what he did was just to say, here's this check, whatever, just join me. Yeah. And so they decided to join each other. And World War One starts off in Siberia, or it pretty much kicks off with them fighting. Austria-Hungary was going to fight Siberia, and so it goes from there. And there's actually like somebody was recovering this on another podcast, and he was covering like the battles that took place between the Germans and the fucking Siberians and shit, and like how they fought. And like it was somebody's like pretty much how like the Napoleonic foot soldier journal that Jocko was talking about. It was something similar to that, but they were trying to fight dudes on fucking cliffs, and they had to like their boats fucking like got sunk, and they're in the bay, and they're like freezing their ass off trying to get to the fucking Siberians, and it was just like. It was a huge mess, man. Like, it was just like, the way the guy pictured it, like, you could tell that he was there.
Yeah.
Because there's no words that you can explain misery. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can explain misery of the situation. You could be like, okay, this is fucking miserable. Right. Like, but to have it that far in depth, like, this fucking sucks. Yeah. Like, for the person that was writing it, for him to sit, be like, okay, the water was fucking cold. The water was fucking miserable. We had an uphill battle. We were fighting dudes on fucking hills. We were fighting, like, it was just like, he was like, it was foggy, it was wet, it was cold, and it was just like, there's nothing that I could do to stay warm. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to, like, full-pledged depth of, like, how fucking terrible it is. And, I mean, yeah, it was suck dick, dude. Like, fighting Russia would suck dick. Fighting Siberia would suck dick. Like, it would just suck dick, period.
I've never read anything about any country going to war with Russia that didn't sound like a really sucked asshole.
Yeah.
Like, more than pretty much any other place.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Because, if you're not fucking dying of frostbite and having to eat your horses...
Yeah.
You know.
Then you're gonna you know, that's actually a crazy thing about the whole eating your horses and things, and like now they serve it as a dish, and I was just like, they serve horse as a dish, so let that go through your mind. And I was just like, they did that to survive.
I mean, this
is weird, man. This is fucking weird. This is weird as shit.
Came back home from the war. It's like, good.
So Hungary and Austria accepts I'm gonna just say Austria and Hungary, because the Austrian, Hungary, whatever thing that they had going on, I'm going to just say the two difference. So, they pretty much, the Austria-Hungary declares war on the 28th of July, 1914. And they're starting, obviously they're going to start their war, and I don't know why they started that late, because lessons have learned that you don't fight the Russians in later months of the year. Yeah. You start early. So they start this, within weeks, Russia, Belgium, France, Great Britain, Siberia had lined up against Austria, Germany, and Austria-Hungary and Germany. Yeah. So they lined up against them, which is kind of weird, because... I think what was going to happen is that, like, I kind of felt bad for Germany when we were looking into this, and what I was saying earlier about Germany wanting to be their own country, and obviously the Archduke gets assassinated, and they're like, okay, bro, like, we're going to war. But I think it was more like, before the war started, it was building, like, pretty much everybody was doing what they were doing in Africa, pretty much, to Germany. Yeah. They were like, I'm going to take what I want, I'm going to take what I want, I'm going to take what I want, and then France is like, I'm going to take what I want, and then the whole time we're just like, not my mess.
Right. Well, it's interesting that when Germany decided to back Austria-Hungary, play on that,
yeah,
Germany was the one that made the first move.
Yeah.
They straight bum rush France. They went through Belgium.
Yeah.
The British told them to stop. Germany was like, fuck you. And they kept on going.
Yeah.
And of course rolled the French over,
Yeah.
where they started the whole Western Front thing. Because the whole time while Russia's trying to get ready, they're pulling people from all over Russia. But I mean, it takes a long time to get those people together.
Yeah.
So Germany's like, yeah, we got a little bit of time. Let's go ahead.
We've already fucked the pooch. We have already fucked the pooch. Let's fuck it even more. Okay. So yeah, they were committed.
Yeah, very proactive.
Oh yeah, dude. They were like, let's fucking do this. So while this is going on, obviously the French gave up. Let's just throw that one out there. They want to, it's kind of weird times right now with the French. Good on their people for fucking trying to resist. We sent you the memo like 4 years ago, but thank you for finally coming to the party.
Right.
So this is going on. The Western Front happens, right? So Germany begins fighting World War One on two fronts. Which why does it mind boggles the shit out of me about fucking Germany, and they're just like, all right, we're gonna take you on, and we're gonna take you on, and this is what we're gonna do, and it's just like
Germany goes to war, and they're like some drunk guy at a bar. We're just want to fight everybody at the same time.
Exactly. So Germany is like full pledge into this now. What is it? This article says that they show pictures of a captured city in August 15th, leaving death and destructions in their wake, including the shooting of civilians and yada yada yada. The Belgian priest whom they accused. This is obviously turning. This is propaganda to get the U.S. in. Right. At this point, we want nothing to do with this. We're like, nothing. Hands clean. Not this time. Not get me
We
involved.
can make some money off of it, but we're not going to.
Yeah. So we're trying to be the whole mercenary and tiptoe through the shit. Instead of what we're doing now, where we're just like, oh, let's put our hands in everything. So this is going on, right? And they start showing the propaganda, and you got the Zionists involved now. The Zionists are so like what is happening is that the Zionists gets kicked out of Russia.
Yeah.
Right, like early 1890 something or so, they get kicked out. They're like, get the fuck out. I don't want you here. You're evil. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Zionists did play a huge role in World War One. Yeah. They were promoting propaganda. At this point, like, the war started, right? Like, they're already fucking full-pledged going at it. And the U.S. is just sitting here, like, living our comfortable lifestyle, and it's like, I don't want nothing to do with you. We're going to just sell you guns. We're going to sell you food. Because, obviously, there's a whole bunch of fucking sieges going on and shit like that. And we're like, well, let's just play the game. See where it goes. We're paying, like, it's kind of funny how the sieges are going on, and Britain and France is cool with us giving them supplies, but it wasn't cool with us giving Germany supplies.
No, of course not.
And if you look at it, maybe I would say 60 years before that, France tried to take over us during the Civil War. That's the only reason why they helped the South. They didn't help the South because they wanted the South to be liberated. They helped them because they wanted to fucking kill them, and they wanted that land.
Yeah.
So, the French, like, at this point in time, it's like, okay, there's a little salt going on right now. So the Western Front starts, right? The first battle of Marne, I guess that's what it is. It happened September 6th through the 9th. French and British forces confront the invading German army, which had by the penetrated deep into northeast France within 30 miles of Paris. So at this point, like, France, for some reason, is like open their fucking legs.
Yeah.
And
they were scared. I mean, Belgium was a neutral country.
Yeah.
And Germany rolled right through it.
Yeah.
And France got scared, which is what happens, I guess.
I don't know. I guess, man, like, somewhere down the line, they just get scared and get invaded. I mean, it's kind of on that one. They seem to get invaded a lot. So they get invaded, right? This is, British and troops, the British are getting involved. Obviously, they got hard involved. They keep telling fucking Germany, like you said, they keep telling Germany, hey, bro, you need to stop. And then, like, so British gets involved. And this is probably one of the most bloodiest parts of the war. Okay, this is the start of the trench warfare. Which, if you look at World War One, the advancements that we have, it still took the Marine Corps 100 years to figure out that trench warfare is not the method of winning wars. I don't understand why we still use the fucking trench warfare mentality, but that's what we do. And
I actually got trained on trench warfare like maybe 3 years ago.
yeah,
I'm like, why are we doing this?
like we're not going back to this. And if we go back to this is gonna suck dick. Like you don't need to fucking do trench warfare. You know what I mean? Like it's already like. What's your thoughts? Like, if you invade a country, right? Like, or we get invaded, the first thing comes to your mind: dig in, dig in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dig in. This is going to be a long fucking fight. Like, you're going to take my land. I'm going to dig in, bro. Like, good luck. Good luck trying to come to me.
Sounds like a good idea if you're the defenders and you want to dig in. But if you're the assaulters, you can't dig in because then you can't move. And of course, you never got air power and things like that. Now you just raise a trench through, drop bombs on and everything. It's a really horrible idea.
Yeah. So in the first battle, Germans advancing 30 miles from Paris, right? So all those fucking wine vineyards and those beautiful statues and yada yada yada, whatever French do, and they're scared. They're scared at this point, and so this is actually the first successful battle that the Allies had. We say Allies and Axis powers because we were on the Ally side, and it just makes you sound like a good guy versus the evil. Yeah. Which, in all actuality, both of them had issues.
Right. That's more of a World War II.
Yeah. So I mean, like World War II is to stop the true evil. Like that was the whole like World War II, like why we went to World War II. This is like, yeah, Pearl Harbor happened and they bombed us, which is absolutely hilarious how we fucking, it was just like, oh, you bombed a few thousand people, don't worry, stand by, hold my beer. You know what I mean? Like we did all those motions and we're like, you bombed a couple thousand people, I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna wipe out your entire fucking existence, pretty much.
Which is how you should do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was, that's how World War II, to me, in my opinion, that's how I went. World War I was different. So, Germany gets pushed back, right? Britain and the other allies that joined up together to fight them, which I'm pretty sure was probably Britain. And it was maybe some French. But, I mean, it was, it was pretty much Britain, right? So they go in, and they're just like, they're going at it, man. This is like no shit fucking, like, this is true war. At this point in time, it was the advancement in weapons. Mm-hmm. It was the Enfield for the British, and U.S. used it also too for a while. It was the advancement in technology for warfare. Chemical warfare obviously was an advance during this too. And so they're going on, and they're like, it's what is it? So Germans ended up digging in. They took what they had to, and they did end up digging in. And this is where we get to the no man's land and the trenches.
Well, a lot's going on outside of Europe because you look at all these countries that have holdings all over the world. So there was fighting going on in Chile. There was fighting going on in different parts of Africa. I know Kenya, which I don't know if it's called Kenya at the time, but that was German territory. So within the first 5 months of the war, almost 1 million people died. Because when they started fighting all over the world. Like almost immediately.
So the Western Front is continuing. Now it's up to 1916. So this is going on, obviously, and now is the start of the Eastern Front. Well, actually, the Eastern Front starts at the same time too, because they were.
It's taking a little longer to get going.
But so it goes on, and you have the Battle of Tannenberg. I want to say Tannenberg. That happens in late August, 1914, And so, despite the victory, Russia assaults have forced Germany to move 2 corps from the Western Front to the Eastern, contributing to Germany's loss in the Battle of the Marne, or Marne, or whatever it is. So this is going on. So now Germany is fucked. I don't know why we got involved still at this point. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was because of that ship that got hit by a German, supposedly.
Yeah, the ship, American ship, moving wheat to England.
Yeah, well, they were shipping guns.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, we were doing illegal shit, bro. So the Russian Revolution,
like the official narrative is that we were giving wheat to the poor people of England.
Yeah, we're giving wheat, and like I'm pretty sure what probably happened is that we're like, okay, Germany, we need guns. Okay, what's up? We got guns.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
right.
And we got them for a good cost. And then Germany is just like, all right, we'll give you whatever. So we're sending guns, and that's what we were probably doing. We're probably like, oh, well, we'll just say we're sending it to Britain, but the boat's going to take another detour.
Drop off.
Yeah. This is all good. We're good. We got this. We got this. And so, like, what we know what really happened.
Yeah.
They can say what they want to. The history books can say one thing. History is actually written by victors. It's not written by fucking losers.
Right.
So they're gonna just be like, oh no, they attack a fucking tourist giving wheat boat, and it's just like, no, motherfucker, boats don't explode like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, yeah, it was sunk. We've seen it because literally right around that time period, Titanic happened, and it sunk.
Yeah.
Your boat exploded.
Yeah. Wheat.
Oh, wheat. Yes, wheat. So the Russian Revolution is happening at this point. I don't know.
Is this a Bolshevik? Or did that come after?
What's that?
Is this the Bolshevik revolution?
Kaiser Nicholas II and his unpopular German-born wife, Alexandria, I guess they were in the fight?
That's before.
Okay. Yeah, because this happens, the Russian Revolution happens during the 1914 to 1916. And Russian arms, mounted forces, they go to the Eastern Front. Obviously, they're fighting during the Eastern Front, and the Red Army was unable to break through German lines.
Yeah.
So you have massive amount of fucking trench warfare. Like there's a lot of fucking trench warfare going on right now, and it's just it is what it is at this point. So the Russian Revolution starts about 1917.
It's very unpopular in Russia.
What's that?
The war.
Yeah.
It's very popular in Russia.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of things is unpopular in Russia during this time period. Life in general. I think they all wanted to die. I mean, like, because you started.
I mean, if you're already in that state of mind, being conscripted to go fight a war that you really don't give a shit about.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, it's kind of like it was kind of like our ends. Like every war we have ever gotten into, a major war, it's because somebody attacked us. Kind of coincidental, isn't it? We don't go to war because we chose to invade somebody. We're kind of like the pacifist fucking invader. Mm-hmm. We're like, well, we're going to do this because we need to. Mm-hmm. So these people have the same mindset, right? Like Russia and us is very similar. Mm-hmm. We believe in hard work, we believe in dedication, but we also believe in capitalism.
Yeah.
Socialists, life sucks, hard work. Mm-hmm. Kind of similar, not really. But, you know what I mean? Like, us and them have very similar views on the way of what we want to do. And so this, like, the whole war, I don't blame them for not wanting to be involved. Because it's Siberia. Yeah. It was just like, no, that's you that started this, not us. Mm-hmm. We don't, like... Mm-hmm. But the government...
When you think about how big Russia is.
Yeah.
If you're like halfway through Russia, you're like 2,000 miles from the front.
Yeah.
I mean, there might as well be an ocean there.
Yeah.
So why does he even give a shit?
Pretty much. So this is going on. Obviously the Russian Revolution starts, and Vladimir Lenin, a famous guy, kind of famous.
Yeah, kind of got statues.
There's statues everywhere that people want for some reason look up to. They started their whole communism. It's killed millions of people. So you got Lenin. He's in charge, and so Russia finally. I guess they were finally agreeing on the terms or whatever during this point. So Germany is still fighting them on the Eastern Front, right?
It's a massive war of attrition at this point.
Oh yeah, it would be the coolest thing to see if we could go back in time and see an aerial view of the trench warfare, like an actual fucking.
It'd be pretty freaking nasty.
I would like to see it from space. I bet you it was fucking because it's just destruction. Because they bombed there was the story that Zulu Foxtrot shared about. It was a German soldier, and he was talking about how the Allies at the time he was saying the British, he was talking about how they bombed them for days and days. Like it was non-stop bombing, and he was just like, dudes were losing their fucking mind. Like how much they were fucking getting bombed. Like he was just like, I don't even know how the fuck I survived. It was like literally no shit shell shock because they were fucking getting bombed nonstop. Like and in back and forth. So this is going on. Like the trench warfare on the Eastern Front, trench warfare on the Western Front. Russia finally made breaks through a little bit. Still not breaking through this. Germans' advancement in technology. I don't know why, but they make good war machines.
Yeah. They were a little slow when it came to the tank. I think they invested all their money on chemical warfare and submarines.
Yeah.
and apparently airplanes too.
Yeah.
Because they were dominating the air battle. I don't know if they were the first ones to start using chemical warfare, but once they started, they were pretty happy to gas everybody.
They get a little happy with fucking annihilation. I mean, I don't know what it is about their whole mindset on it, but they like to annihilate things, and good on them. Good on them.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of one of those now. It's just like when what was it that Merkel or whatever her name.
Merkel, yeah.
She was saying, they want the world, they want to have a European military, and she's like, Germany should be the front runners and lead it. And I was just like, no. This is the part where we should just break. That card that we have. It's called the Trump card that we're going to just throw it down on the table that said Nazis.
Right.
Last time you were in charge of a military, Nazis.
Yeah.
Yes, you should probably not be Nazis. Germany is just like, they just want, they're a war machine, bro. I mean, if we ever get invaded by aliens, that would turn to, you know what I mean? Like, Germans would probably find some scientific way to fucking mutate humans or some shit. They're just engineered that way. They're just, we're just big, dumb, and stupid, and we just run around and fucking kill everything.
Well, not so much now, because after World War II, we got a lot of Germans.
Yep. That is true. But we're still good at war. Yeah. Europe countries right now are fighting, and there's fucking massive battles going on, man. We don't really have much on the history.com on their battles. We just have, the main ones. But at this time, this is going on. America's now. Here's the game changer for this one. So America obviously doesn't want any involvement. We're trying to stay neutral. We're trying to help out both parties. And so the Zionists obviously are playing a huge factor in this one too. Yeah. We're trying to stay neutral. We don't want anything to do with anybody. We're just kind of like, we'll sell you guns. Germany, like I said before, Germany, we have a lot of guns and we have a lot of resources. But we're also going to work with the Allies too. We were all for Germans to be their own country. And I think that's what really started was Germany didn't have any respect, and they were like, we're going to unite together, and they almost succeeded, honestly. Twice now that they've almost succeeded, if we look at it in history, that they almost succeeded in taking, one went a little crazy. World War I was just more and more...
One I think eventually they would have lost just because of the type of warfare. because it was attrition. I don't remember the name of the battle, but it was between mainly British and German forces.
Yeah.
And the British lost like, I don't know, like 60,000 people.
Yeah.
And the Germans lost like 40,000. Like huge numbers.
Yeah.
And the British were like, we're going to count that as a win. Because if we keep doing this, they're going to run out of people before.
Yeah. Well, because at that point in time, like, Britain's fucking populated everywhere. Like, they're on an island, bro. Like, what do you think is going to happen on an island? I mean, you're gonna fucking start fucking like rabbits.
Yeah.
Right? So...
And I think they're bringing people from India up to fight.
Yeah, they was. So you had the people from India fighting, and obviously they fuck like rabbits. I mean...
Yeah, that's a shit ton of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got this going on right now. We're literally talking about the entire history of the early part of the last century. So, this is going on, right? Like, so the Eastern Front, blah, blah, blah. Western Front's going on. There's massive fighting going around, casualties everywhere. We're just selling guns. We're just running around selling guns to everybody. You get guns, and you get guns. So this is going on. So finally, we get involved. U.S. is in this motherfucker now. The big dick swinging motherfucker is in the fight. So you get... I mean, I'm going to say it that way because this is the way it was. I mean, come on, bro. Like, it's America. You know what I mean? Like, America first. And so you get this big dick motherfucker. He's just like, all right, bro. Like, cool, man. Like, guess what? Now I'm about to fuck you, everybody. I'm about to fuck you all. So we get into this fight, right? Obviously, the shit blows up. Wheat. Just solid wheat. It blows up. It blows up, right? So it was in the liner, the Lusitanian, traveling from New York to Liverpool.
Yeah, the Lusitania.
And had 100 American passengers on board. In May 1915,
Now, was the Lusitania a British ship?
I believe it was.
Americans on it?
Yes, it did. Yeah, I believe it was.
But the ship that was carrying wheat that got sunk, that was an actual American ship.
Yeah, well, it was a British. It says it was a British ocean liner, and it was sank by a U-boat, but it was carrying Americans on it. But it was also carrying wheat. I believe that's the boat, right?
Yeah.
That was okay. Yes, it was carrying wheat. Wheat. Somehow. So don't know how to pronounce that, but Gallipoli campaign. Gallipoli campaign starts. So this is going on. Okay, this is when we really get involved. Yeah. And I think like this is the part that like, so from us having two different sides, I don't know how the Army teaches history, but Marine Corps history. Yeah. These are the battles. Like World War I was what our fucking like the Corps was based off of. Yeah. Like, boom, bro. Like we're gonna like there's stories about the fucking Corps in World War One. Like I mean it's just fucking intense by this point. Like so we get involved in shit and we're just fucking murdering everything like little savages running around this motherfucker. So this is going on. The peninsulas had suffered the fucking weird ass fucking name, and I'm terrible at it. So there's like 250,000 fucking casualties on this fucking peninsula. Yeah. Like that's fucking bodies. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't think Genghis Khan could stack that amount of much bodies. So there's like this is going on right now, right? So we're in the fights on that. The campaign. So it was led by the British. The British also combated the Ottoman Turks in Egypt and Macedonia from the northern Italy area. Austrians and Italian troops face off in a series of 12 battles. That's all happening around this campaign. Mm-hmm. And so, with the U.S. involved now, I'm pretty sure we are always involved. Like I said, wheat. Right. We're just gonna call it wheat now. Yeah. So we were involved, and we're going through whatever. I'm pretty sure we have mercenaries. I mean, we still got mercenaries. Mercenaries have been around. It's like one of the oldest professions. I'm
sure it did, because I know prior to our real involvement in World War II, we had the Flying Tigers in China
Yeah.
fighting the Japanese. So I mean, it's very possible that something similar was going on in World War One.
Yep.
And you had the guerrilla war campaigns going on in Northern Africa with Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah. So I mean, we were involved. We just didn't officially say that we were involved until we decided to say, "Hey, we're here." Yeah. So that big dick swinging bastard is just instigating the fight. This is my story. This is how I'm going to tell it. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like if I was talking to a Frenchman, it'd probably be a different story. But it's still going to be this big dick bastard over here is the reason why you're fucking free. Yeah. So, you know, this is going on, and
I'm sure they love that about us.
Oh yeah, dude, they hate us. They hate us. Oh, they hate us because it's the hatred. It's not really hatred. It's envy, I believe, because like you look at like they're like, oh, look at the Western life. Let's make fun of the fucking Americans. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll throw American parties. We'll make fun of Americans, and it's just like you got invaded twice by a fucking country half your size.
Yeah, and lost.
And lost both times. You literally got fucked.
Yeah, I mean, then you always got that card to hold over them.
Yeah.
You know,
oh, they know we have
it. It's like no matter what they say or do, we can always be like, yeah.
War. We kind of win wars. Who ended World War II? Who ended it? Yeah. Same thing with World War One, bitch. We ended it. So, you know, this is going on, right? Really, this is turning much on me bragging about how great America's dick is, because it is, because we are the fucking greatest country.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, in a true war, the last time we won a fucking actual true war, not taking away from anything that any one of our wars was, I mean, actually won it truly, was World War II, and I mean, we were great.
Really? Yeah.
So, I mean, it's one of those, like, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good on this. So during this time, like when we finally get involved, and Germans, they at this point they're just like, fuck, we fucked up.
Yeah.
So even at this point, if the Germans are fighting fucking like they're fighting everywhere, bro. Like it's a fucking brawl. Yeah. Like at this point, like they're fighting.
Guy in the parking lot trying to fight everybody, and at some point they sobered up just enough to know.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So you're fighting the Italians down south. You're fighting the fucking Russians on the east. You're fighting pretty much Britain on the west. Yeah. And I guess you
cut off from all your resources in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So all your fuel and shit is not.
Oh yeah. So you're fucking surrounded at this point. So you are the drunk guy in the parking lot that say racial slurs to every fucking like you know what I mean. Like at this point in time, it's like that one guy that was going to help you out. You just called him the N-word, and he's just like, no, I'm not helping you. So you know he's that one guy that drops the fucking N-bomb, and you're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight you now. And so they're running around the fucking parking lot, trying to fight everybody. They're drunk. It's just like, you're drunk, go home, Krauts. You're like, you're drunk. And so the Germans are fuck, man. I feel bad for them at this point. Like they think they're winning, but they're not. Like like now we see it, but during that time, I'm pretty sure it was probably a scary time if you think about it. Like their mindset was probably like, fuck, the Germans are winning. But you look at it.
Well, when America, so before America got involved, Germany sent a message to Mexico, telling that if America gets involved, for Mexico to invade America, and the shit was intercepted by the British. That was just bad timing because I think they already sunk our fucking boat in our wheat, and so we were already gearing up to go over there. So by the time we actually fucking landed, Germany had like this one big push that they was going to do. Yeah. Like, you know, if we can stop the Americans when they land, we might have a chance.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. So I think it was after that point they went into panic mode.
I believe they did go like it. It was weird. I still think it's funny how they try to get Mexico to invade us.
Why, so we can beat them again?
Yeah. So never forget that. So the second battle of the Marne, whatever. I don't fucking care, dude. So the second battle happens, right? This is going on. This happens on July 15th, 1918. German troops launched what would become the last German offensive of the war, attacking French forces joined by 85,000 U.S. Americans.
That's their last.
That was their last push. Like they had nothing at this point. Like when we came in, it was just like we were like a relieving pitcher, pretty much.
Right.
Like
because Russia, because of their revolutions, they pretty much by default bowed out.
Yeah.
They were pretty much used to that at that point.
Yeah. So the Russians had their revolution. This starts socialism and the whole. Two ties of the communists, socialists, and the Red Army and Mother Russia and whatever the Russians do.
Wait and see.
So this is happening. Germany is just fucking like I'm gonna win this war. Blah blah blah. They're gonna try to keep fighting. Okay. U.S. get like I said, when the U.S. gets involved, we only know our history of the U.S. because it was talked about the battles and the. It was, it's a huge ordeal for, those guys in World War One because trench warfare, bro. Like, MGs started in World War One. Yeah. Like, that's how old MGs are. I'm pretty sure they were fucking shit. Like, they're probably like a fucking box. Yeah, a giant ass fucking box. But, like, everything started in World War One. You had the Marines getting gassed in fucking, Bellawood?
Yeah.
You had Marines getting gassed, man. We fought in our fucking pickle suits. That's like, see... I think the Army fought in there, and I'm glad they brought them back. The green suits.
Yeah, I like them.
Oh yeah, they're dope.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it was like U.S. Army brought that back. That's cool, man. Tradition, huh?
Yeah.
Going back to traditional.
I
like it. Instead of your fucking, I work at a fucking airline suit that you guys have. But the Marines have never.
It's nice, but the cut on the jacket is really big.
Yeah.
It really bothers me.
Well,
who wears a fucking suit with a jacket that fucking big?
Oh yeah. It was I don't know who the fuck would like that. That's you guys.
It's a Civil War throwback. That's
yeah,
what they were going for.
They were trying to, but yeah, you can't beat the dress blues. I mean, I don't know why the Army tries to compete with that. Like, that's the one thing. Like, we eat a bunch of crowns and shit, but like, at least give us the fucking credit for the dress blues.
I mean, no one can argue.
Bitch only gonna fuck dudes in dress blues. So, I mean, it's just whatever. I get it, Army. I get well played. But it was the so even on my side of the military spectrum. Just hearing the stories and the history on the battles that we fought in, and the whole Dan Daly's and the fucking Smedley Butlers, and and like obviously Chessie was around during that time too, and you got these fucking war fucking dogs, dude. Like, I mean, it's just crazy the shit that was going. Like, I'm surprised Germany even fucking last. Just with those names alone, like Germany, like we didn't even like. I guarantee you, like with Dan Daly alone, we could just been like, Dan Daly, here's his card. He will fuck you up. Like the dude, fucking like in what was it I believe the Chinese rebellion that they had.
The Boxer Rebellion.
Yeah, he killed 200 men with his hands. Apparently, it's stories. I don't know how true it is, but apparently, yeah, he killed 200 men with his hands. And I was just like, that guy's a killer. Like, he's a goddamn savage. Like, he's like, God should be afraid of him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of guy he was. Like, that's the Marine that I looked up to the most was Dan Daly. Because I was just like, Dan Daly was just fucking, to me, it was like, Dan Daly could walk in a room and I would fucking stop doing everything I did just for that guy.
Yeah.
Like, he did, like, you know what I mean? Like, Dan Daly, like, during this time, it was fucking legit. So, this is going on in Germany. Germany's fucked.
Yeah.
Germany also passed to the Geneva Convention because of our trench guns. They said that it was inhumane. And it was, yeah. So they complain about it. So this is the best part. So we got fucking shotguns, fully automatic shotguns at this point.
Yeah, I want one of those.
Slam fires and everything. The only thing that sucks about them is that they hold 4 rounds. So yeah. So I was just like,
I don't want that.
Bro, no, they hold 4 rounds. Yes, the what is it? The Winchester M1897, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Or the you got the Ithaca one too.
Yeah.
Ithaca made it back. They brought it back, but when they brought it back, they didn't have the slam fire. And I was just like, nobody's going to buy this. We want Slamfire. That's what we want. I want a Slamfire shotgun. Like, I want to do it. I like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to do trench warfare. I want to build I would literally spend all my money that I have on building a trench just so I can have a Slamfire. You know what I mean? Like, I would just love to just go back in the woods and just fucking have a trench and just start slam firing targets in this fucking trench and be like, yes, this is what America feels like. So, you know, this right here is going on. Germany files a complaint. They're like, hey, bro, like, this is inhumane.
Yeah, because it's burning people's skins off.
Yeah, I was just like, mustard gas, chlorine.
That's cool.
Yeah, we don't have an issue with that, but you have an issue with a fucking dude with a shotgun? Like, yeah, okay. So, they're fucked up. Like, they fucked up. Like, I'm going to be honest, and I'm pretty sure you know this. When America gets into an actual conflict, we find ways to fucking kill people, and we're good at it. Yeah, and America as a whole is good at killing people. And I mean, like, I'm not taking anything from the Brits. Brits are on the sophisticated level of killing people. We're just savages running around killing people. Yeah. The French, I don't know. Maybe, I guess you could say they were decent at killing people. Maybe. I mean, we're gonna move on.
Doing like the Crusades or something.
Yeah, we're gonna move on them. Like, the history has already fucking shown that you guys are pussies.
I mean, they're really good at overthrowing their own government, but not so good at overthrowing people that take over their country.
Did you see them had tennis rackets when they were throwing gas grenades at this last protest? Nice. Yeah, they said it's the new French Open. It's fucking hilarious. It was on a meme that said it. It said it was the new French Open, and I was just like, that's fucking hilarious. Tennis rackets, go figure. The most non-lethal fucking weapon you could think of. It's just like, tennis rackets. Oh, yeah, if we're gonna just hit smoke, we're gonna hit tear gas back at you. Good luck. So good on their people for fucking uprising, man. Good on them. I'm happy for them. Welcome to the party. We've been kind of leading this way again. So they're complaining about us, and we're losing fucking dudes, man. Like, this war is fucking getting kind of like, it's getting to the point where it's drawing down. Germany's losing a fucking massive amount of people. Yeah. I think this is what made the war, like you were saying earlier about British is considering a loss when they lose 60,000. Yeah. Germany lose 40,000. That's pretty much most of their population, bro. Like, Germany is probably at this time, I would say Germany probably had maybe 20 million people max.
They were a lot more spread out than England. I mean, even though I guess England and them England was like a little bit bigger, but they had more territory.
Yeah,
they had a lot more people in the built-up cities that they could call on. Germany is still a lot of egalitarian, a lot of open spaces, a lot of farmland. And I'm not really sure how much of that has really changed.
No, I don't think much has really changed. I think they, Germany's fucked for a while. Yeah. At this point, so I thought this was going to be a little bit longer podcast, but since just doing the cliff notes and breezing through it, so we're on the part where they have to sign the Treaty of Versailles. Like they signed it on June 28th, 1919. This is where Germany finds out that they were fucked. Yeah. Because I don't know if I can't think of his damn name, man. He's a Jewish philosopher, and he did a speech back in the 60s. And it was like an hour and a half long speech. And he was talking about the Treaty of Versailles. And in that speech, when he was talking about the Treaty of Versailles, is that this is the part where Germany realized that they were fucked. Mm-hmm. They got fucked hard. Yeah. And they really did. Because, it would, like what we said before, like, Germany wanted it to be their own country. That's what they wanted. I mean, that's the whole reason why they wanted to go to war. Like, this was building up before the Archduke got killed. So they wanted to be their own country, right? I respect that, because, like, you look at it like this, it's like, during the time period America, we have to look at, like, America's still young as fuck. Okay, we're barely over 100 years old at this point in time. and we, you know, we were like, okay, we have our own country. This is what we're gonna do. I don't know what else to really say about that. You know what I mean? Like, Americans kind of like, well, we'd support Germany on that because we did support them. I know we were dealing guns wheat to hungry, starving children that are in trenches somewhere.
Right.
So you know, we're dealing both of them at this point, man. But we supported Germany more, and so like this is when the propaganda comes out. So you remember when like the what battle it was where the major propaganda was is that the Krauts were fucking like it went on to the whole Krauts killing fucking killing innocent people, like slaughtering innocent people, which never happened because I mean I don't know if it happened or didn't, but from what Germany said, we didn't do it. Our hands are clean. So
it was so they said that about the Germans, but they also said it about the Armenians.
Yeah.
Because, who the fuck is Hungary?
Yeah.
No, the Turks had all the Armenians in there.
Yep.
And they used World War One as a cover to get them out of the country. And so they basically just kind of drove, like kind of like a Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
And like millions of those motherfuckers died. And like today, you can't even say anything about it. Like they still deny that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, you got this shit going on right now, and it's all the fucking like the guy's speech that he talked about. He said that Germany sat there and was like, "Oh, now I see," because the Zionists wanted fucking Palestine.
Yeah.
They wanted that land.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's been war torn for the longest time. So the Zionists wanted that.
Fuck those guys.
So this starts the hostility. This starts the hatred. To be 100% honest with the Germans and the Jews, because I mean, kind of fucked them. And this is my view on it. Now, I'm not supporting what the Germans did at all, trying to annihilate an entire race, which is honestly, you have to give credit to it. It's pretty impressive that you determined to annihilate an entire race. Like that's, I mean, good on you for trying to take the initiative, but you should have never done that because you pissed off a lot of people. And
the thing that's really fucked up about it is that the Jews really got most of the hate out of it, even though it was really the Zionists, who are not even necessarily Jews,
yeah,
that pushed the whole thing.
Yeah.
So like the Jews came into Europe, they're making money hand over fist, and they're like running their own communities, but they're not answerable to anybody, which is one of the reasons why Russia kicked them out.
Yeah.
And so the Zionists were like, yeah, we need our own place, and I'm just kind of confused, kind of like, you know, why weren't the Jews being like, yeah, I'm motherfuckers don't even like us, like why you trying to push for us to go back to Palestine?
I think the Jewish community did say it, but it was just kind of like, hey, we're not the same.
Yeah.
And then like everybody's like, no, you're the same.
Yeah, you're the same.
So it's you know it was kind of it was hard on them, man. Like you know this the whole Treaty for Sales did start the whole fucking the hatred. Yeah. It started the Germans being pissed. There was bitter times during that time period that we took everything from them.
Yeah, they got totally fucked. It seems like just put all their anger and hatred on Germany to the point where everybody else just kind of got like a slap on the wrist.
Yeah,
like, you know, hey, don't do that again. But we're going to take Germany behind the woodshed.
Yeah, we have to set an example for you to never do it again. Yeah. So you know, it kind of was unfair, but at the same time, they should have never like for us to get our involvement into this, and this is supposed to end all wars. Like this was just like never again. Let's not do this again. Kind of mentality because it was a gruesome war, man. Like it really was. Like dudes came home and were like fucking completely like fucked. Like, because the VA was kind of new, didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Because during this time, you also had the fascist party that was trying to overthrow the U.S. government. So there's a lot of moving pieces going on during this time period. So you had the Fascist Party, and then you also had the what was it? The Federal Reserve was created,
Yeah.
and it was on Christmas Day in a dark alley somewhere. So
Georgia.
yeah, it was somewhere. It was somewhere. Didn't want to talk about it, and you know what I mean. Like it was kind of one of those. Oh yeah, we're gonna do it when the government shut down on this holiday. So let's create the Federal Reserve. Oh, here we are now. So you had the Federal Reserve that was created, right? Woodrow Wilson is probably one of the most dirtiest presidents. Like, I believe he is. I believe he was probably one of the most like. He was making some deals, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's how he knew so much about the military-industrial complex.
yeah.
Because he has his fucking hands all up in it.
Oh yeah, he was everywhere, bro. Like he was kind of corrupt, very corrupt. But fuck it, man, he was on our side, so you know what I mean. Like it was like, yeah, man, he's kind of corrupt, but he kind of got the shit done.
Yeah.
And so you have the Fascist Party starting. And this is after World War One. We're going to talk a little bit out past World War One. We're going to, a couple of years. So the Fascist Party starts, and they were trying to recruit Smedley Butler. Smedley Butler's a retired general at this point right now, and he would go around and be kind of like a motivational speaker. Like he would give speeches and he would, talk and whatnot. Because at this point in time, Smedley Butler's like he's GOAT.
Yeah.
5 Navy crosses. I mean, come on, man. That's GOAT. Like he's a GOAT. So people respect him, and he was one of those generals that people said that he would literally go up to the lowest ranking person and have a full pledged conversation with them and give them his shirt, kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Like he was just like he didn't like. I guess everybody tries to strive for that once they get to that rank, but he was literally that guy.
Yeah.
Like he was just. Hey, how's it going? Obviously, people know who I am. And a big dick bastard over here. So the Fascist Party wants him to unite the VA against, because at this point FDR takes over. It's like 1920 something.
Okay.
FDR takes over as president. Woodrow Wilson, I guess he ran out of deals, and. So he takes over.
Is that a moment?
Yeah, that's one of those. He ran out of deals, I guess. He should at least tuck us out for a nice dinner, because if he was going to fuck us like this, he should at least tuck us out to dinner. So we get FDR. Hate the guy. I hate him, literally. I'll do another podcast on that guy. Like I hate FDR. I hate his. I literally hate FDR. Like, I hate the Democrats that much that I hate FDR. I will go back to FDR and say that you're the reason why we are where we are. So, FDR, he comes along, gets polio, can't stand, I guess. He deserves a standing ovation, though. Take another shot. So, at this point in time, the Fascist Party is going on, right? And fascism is actually growing in the U.S., It's kind of like how it is now, where fascism, like your anti-fascism is turning into fascism,
yeah.
And it's just like,
time.
oh yeah, it's a weird fucking time that we live in right now. Like, you got communist flags flying over the U.S., you got Nazi flags flying over the U.S., which should never fucking fly. Both of them shouldn't. Like that was the whole ordeal about the whole fucking Charlottesville, that everybody's just like, they're flying Nazi flags, and it's like you're flying the fucking hammer and sickle. Dudes actually fought. Those guys, like we literally just get out of a Cold War maybe 30 years ago. Yes, that happened, that time period. Yeah, you're flying a fucking communist flag over our soil.
They don't care.
They don't care. But anyway, so this is going on. Fascist Party is growing. Fascist. Everybody wants fascism. They think it's the way to go. It's the best way to go. At this point in time, right? So,
is that because everybody was poor?
I believe it probably was. You did have the Dust Bowl that happened, and a lot of farms, like still to this day, Oklahoma is still a shithole. Changed my mind.
I'll take your word for it. Never been there.
Yeah, I lived there for a year, and it's a shithole. So Oklahoma's a shithole, and Kansas is a shithole. Kansas City's pretty good. It's fun. I like it. But Kansas is a shithole. I'm pretty sure Nebraska is a shithole. These are all shitholes, right? Just shitholes in America, pretty much. So fascism is growing, right? So they employ Smealy Butler, and they obviously they're gonna put their toes in first, and then they were like, all right, Smealy Butler, we need you to overthrow the U.S. government with the U.S. veterans. And Smealy Butler is just like, what? You want me to do what? Yeah. No. They were saying that they need to change the government. He actually has a full-fledged interview on YouTube that you can find on Smealy Butler that he told the FBI. Like, he was just like, they want me to lead men because people, they wanted backings because fascism was going to promise veterans jobs. They were going to promise things. And, I mean, how else do you get backings for parties? You promise things that you can't fucking fulfill. So...
I've actually heard about this. That's part of something else. That should be more of a main thing that this country's about to have a coup.
Yeah. So they are. So this is going on fascism. Trump. I guess Trump's president, so it's a fascist. So fascism, huge involvement. So it was like around 1925, I believe, 1925, 26, somewhere or other, maybe. They try to have a fucking coup. They're like, we're gonna do this. So Smealy Butler is just like, no, I'm not doing this. And they were full gun ho into it. They were like, dude, you're going to lead our military. You're going to be our general. You're going to be our commanding. You're going to be it. It would be like with Mathis right now. Yeah. If somebody would try to that's the similarities of the two guys on the powerhouse on military wise, and they were like, we want you. And this is what you're going to do. And he was just like, no, not. And he told the FBI. So the FBI was just like, what the fuck? So, the whole time they're trying to do what? And so I guess obviously, there's also the video, the YouTube is the whole conversation that he had between the guy that was in charge of the fascist party and the party's overall ties together with Smealy Butler. They I guess they tapped their room or whatever, so they wiretapped it, which I don't know how you could get away with that because it looks like, it's 1925 at this time. Like, how big is a wiretap? It's probably a fucking goddamn. It's like the microphone we're using right now today.
There's a big pot plant in the room.
Yeah, it's something that doesn't tie the room together. You're in New York City, and they're like, oh, palm tree.
Right. The entire palm tree's a mic.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe at that time they're ignorant. Obviously, they have to be ignorant to try to overthrow the U.S. government. So this is happening, and Smealy Butler is just like, obviously they chose the wrong fucking person. Okay. He's an American war hero. Yeah, he's an American war hero, and veterans did listen to him because you got to think at this time it was 1919, 1920-ish kind of time periods when they had that whole veterans revolt. Because remember, we didn't, as a veteran, you came home from war and you didn't get shit. Right. Yeah. You got shit on. So those guys started the whole fucking VA. That's when the U.S. government's just like, oh, we kind of need these guys because they came home to nothing. They couldn't find jobs. Yeah. This was what started the whole gangsters.
Well, when they left, there wasn't any fucking jobs.
Yeah. So they left. There was no fucking jobs. They came back. There was no fucking jobs. They couldn't work and all. And then what do you Okay, me and you has both fought in the Afghanistan war, right? And the war's over. It's done. Yeah. But what does society tells us? We sent you there, but now come back, find a job. Yeah. And for a time period, we couldn't find jobs. Now there is jobs. Yeah. They're everywhere, no matter what. It's a little bit easier now compared to during their time. They came back, and they were like, find a job. Mm-hmm. Well, I have no fucking skills. Yeah. I have no skills. I have no fucking, nothing to help me. I have no fucking, this is the reason why the VA was created. It was to help you with college, to help you with, give you some benefit to help. And not only that, the shit that they seen over there. I mean, you got to think about it, bro. Like, trench warfare, obviously, when like I was telling you about that German soldier that was talking about how, like, his mindset was, and how dudes were, like, pretty much fucking suicide. Yeah. They were running towards the fucking shells because they couldn't take it anymore. They were like, we got like 2 hours of sleep a night. They were sleep deprived. They're seeing their friends getting killed. Either, it doesn't matter. War is war. Okay, like whatever size you chose, the winner versus victor, you still have to fucking fight.
The thing with trench warfare, well, what seems like it's one of the reasons why it's so shitty, because you're almost just waiting to die.
Yeah,
like you get in your fucking hole, you're in your fucking trench, and you either got the orders to pop out this motherfucker and do like a 300-yard dash, hope you don't get mowed down by gas, machine gun fire, artillery.
Yep.
Maybe you make it, maybe you don't. If you do make it, you probably get killed in an enemy trench.
Yep.
But until that time, you're just waiting to get, again, gassed or bombed or something.
So pretty much you're just there to die.
Yeah.
And I think that's their mindset at this point is they survived. All right. And I can feel the saltiness and the animosity towards your country because they should do more for you. All right. First of all, the U.S. shouldn't got involved. It had nothing to do with us. That war was going to draw out for fucking years. I guarantee if we didn't get involved because we're a fresh body. Yeah. And like I said, it's a relieving pitcher. Mm-hmm. Like you put a relieving pitcher in because you want a fresh arm.
Right, yeah.
So it was a relieving. We should have never got involved. This had nothing to do with us. Mm-hmm. We got involved because obviously the boat got fucking blown up. The boat happened, the propaganda, it was destined for America. Woodrow Wilson's probably illegal deals. We were destined to go to this fucking length.
Well, so it was a way for us to become a player.
Yeah. So we wanted some territory, bro. Like, we wanted land. Yeah. We wanted to play. Like you said, we wanted to be a player. Mm-hmm. We wanted to show the world that we are a big dick. Yeah. So we get involved, obviously, but going back to this. So after this war, the VA is fucking shit. So the fascists exploit that. They're like, the VA is shit. We'll get Smealy Butler to... Because a lot of his rallies were veterans. Mm-hmm. Well, but every male during that time period fought. Like, we fought, regardless. Like, as soon as you turned old enough age to go to war, you went. Or you lied and went. Anyways. You know what I mean? Like, they fought in wars. It's just, it's the nature of it. You're gonna fight. Like, that's it. Like, we need bodies. I'm sorry, the draft's happening. So they come back and they have absolutely nothing to show for it. They wasted probably a couple years of their life. Some of them were fighting before that. They wasted, it's either to stay in or get the fuck out. And you know what they do out there every time a war ends, once they get their numbers up, they go back down. Yeah. And they start kicking dudes out. And it's always been like that. I mean, they did it after Vietnam, they did it after Desert Storm, they did it after our war. They start kicking dudes out that wanted to stay in. Yeah. So they made it harder. So dudes couldn't make military careers, which is, it is what it is at this point in time. So they wanted some kind of insurance. They wanted some kind of like, hey, bro, like, we need a job. We need, we need something. And so the fascists exploited. So this is leading up to, excuse me, Smealy Butler. They try to get him to join their side. And obviously, we know what happened. He was like, no, not today, ISIS. Right. And moved on. So this is a weird time, man. Like, at this point in time, like, this is just a weird fucking time period for America. So, it's post-war. And you got Germany that has no military. They have no leader. They have nothing. They're pretty much, everything's taken from them. We took all their resources.
They have to pay for everything.
Yeah, they had to pay for the war, mm-hmm. Which, I mean, yeah, you started it, so you should probably pay for it. But it's kind of like, here, you owe me $90,000 fucking $1 trillion or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you owe me some crazy ass number of money that you owe me, and you know you're not going to pay it. But they're still paying for it. They're still paying for fucking World War One. Yeah, Germany is still going to be paying. They're paying for World War One, and they're paying for World War Two. And not, honestly, we've literally fucking. I'm surprised we didn't just fucking just as said, well, you guys are kind of go a little extreme, and you're borderline Nazi, all of you, even the ones that didn't support Nazis, you're Nazis anyways. Castration. You're not allowed to
breathe.
Yeah, you're not allowed to recreate ever.
Not any difference because after World War II, the Russians came in and just raped the hell out of everybody, so they still have a population.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just so this is this is the start of. Churchill's? He was president during, or their prime minister during World War One, and so he was the prime minister during World War Two.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So obviously you have Churchill, you have Woodrow Wilson, and then you had fucking FDR, and then you have Stalin, and Lenin, and you have, well, obviously we know. I don't know who the fuck was the French prime minister.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, the way we look at it is it's like, who the fuck is the French prime minister during this whole time period? It really doesn't matter.
He probably was in France.
Yeah, it was probably Germany. Germany was their prime minister at one point, right? Like, I believe it. I believe. It did not see that coming. Yeah. So they. There's a lot of weird shit going on right now, man. So we might as well cover the fucking part of the beginning up to World War II, right? So, we destroyed Germany. I mean Allies, not just you. U.S. did fucking. We did drop the dick on them. We were like,
yeah, we really fucked them over. And you know, it's when you really look into all the details, it's kind of hard to blame Germany. I mean, yeah, the whole killing the Jews and invading everybody. I mean, that whole thing is kind of fucked up. But like the reason why they're pissed off in the first place, it's kind of hard not. It's kind of like if you burn my house down and then I slaughtered your family. Yeah, I'm bad because I killed your family.
But you burned my house.
But you kind of burned my house down.
Yeah. So I don't blame them. Like that's see, like, okay. You know, people can say what they want, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to get called a bigot, and you're going to be a bigot too, because we're going to get called bigots on this. But that's why I wasn't mad. Like, I was just like, okay, World War One happens, right? So World War One happens. Germany wants to be its own country, and they're going to fucking be a player. They're like, I'm a player. Yeah. I'm a player in this game. You're not taking my shit. Right. You're going to pay me. You're going to pay me, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, they have that mentality, and then like everybody else is like, sit the fuck down, bro. Like, pump your brakes. And then Germany's like, not today. Like, you know what I mean? So they invade Belgium, and they invade France, and they go crazy. And you start the whole World War One. You're in trench warfare, no man's land, and everything else, and you're just fucking like a huge fucking trench warfare going on. Yeah. Like, you're just fucking shooting everybody. Like, at this point, like you said, drunk guy in the parking lot trying to fight everybody. You say the wrong couple things to a couple dudes that was trying to help you out, like, you know, selling you some some wheat.
I said that. I didn't say that.
And now you're just like, you know, hey, like, dude, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
But I think we went a little extreme. I think the treaty, when we had the treaty going on, I think the treaty was just like, I'm taking that. I'm taking everything. I'm going to fuck your women. I'm going to steal your food. I'm going to steal your clothing. I'm going to steal everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of one of those mentalities where it was just like, I'm taking fucking everything. Yeah. And Allies. And they were like, yep, taking everything. And you're going to give up Palestine for the Jews. So, you know, they're just like, holy shit, dude, we're fucked. Yeah. Because, like, you know, this is the reason we created Hitler. Allies created Hitler.
Yeah, we did.
Allies created that movement because Hitler came into power, and, like, you know the weird fucking shit about it? 1926 Time magazine fucking cover? Hitler was the man of the year. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Weird, isn't it? Huh? Bashes Trump, says he's terrible, he's a Nazi, but you literally had a Nazi on your cover. So, the Nazi Party, fascism, it started, bro. Like, it was actually kind of funny is that the younger populists of the Germans, like younger, that was able to vote, and I would say probably 18 to 30, that age group, they did not support him.
A lot of people didn't support him.
Yeah,
but I mean, when you got somebody that's like that takes over the country, because at first it's all political, and then when he starts amassing power, what was that like? Is that like Night of the Long Knife sort of thing?
Yeah,
where he just killed all his opposition. At that point, you're just kind of like,
I don't support you, but it's kind of how it's kind of actually the funny part is that it's kind of in a way that Putin is. Putin kind of kills off all his competition. Hey,
right. So I kind of like that guy now.
yeah. It's like I don't want to die. I like you. So Hitler takes power, right? Like this is post like fucking World War II. So I mean, excuse me, World War One. So you got a lot of shit fucking moving around. The world is fucking crazy at this point. You got fascism trying to start up in the U.S. And I think that's the reason why like fascism like during that time period was just like why like we were cool with Hitler. We were like, oh man, he's kind of cool dude until he invaded Warsaw and started fucking slaughtering people and killing Jews, and then we were like, oh whoa. So Germany's trying to get back to power.
Yeah.
At this point, Germany wants to be. They want to be a player again.
And not only that, they kind of want to eat. I mean, they're like everything that Germany is able to produce is being taken from them.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't blame Germany for what they were trying to do. I mean, I don't think. See, it is right. This was what started the fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
This would started the fucking the war machine. This is but they couldn't get to the Third Reich. So I mean, it is what it is.
Was there two Reichs before that?
I don't know.
I think that was just kind of like a thing.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm really confused by it because I was just like, oh, there's jokes on them can't getting to the Third Reich, but is it the Third Reich? When did the first and the second one happen?
I think that's important.
Yeah. So I think the first happens when they were fucking. Like, hey, I'm the Nazis, and they're like, nah, that's not cool, and they're like, boom, Nazis, stab. Like, you know what I mean? Like, their whole actions of them fucking flowing into it, like, it's like, oh, one day, it's like, oh, man, what's going on in the world? Oh, Germany, new uprising, I guess you would say, I don't consider them right-wing, but because they are fascists, they fall under the right-wing spectrum, but I think I think they were, like, they were socialists.
Yeah, they were socialists. It was the.
I mean, there's no separation.
It was a socialist.
Yeah, but see, like when you put it on the right or the left wing kind of mentality, they're like, oh well, they're right wing, so they were fascists, and we look at it as bad because, like, if you look at the right wing kind of person, because most terrorist attacks are from right wingers.
Yeah.
Okay. We know this because of history. Because, like, when right-wing people go right-wing, they go right-wing. So, I mean, it's just like, you get those crazies out there. Yeah. They go, like the Trump supporters. You have Trump supporter, which I support Trump, but I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
And I will say I'm in the middle because I don't want anybody... I support Trump because he's the president and I'm on the fucking plane. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, you have people that actually supports Trump. Like... batshit crazy supports Trump, and those guys,
like you can't do no wrong.
Yeah, and those guys are so far fucking over there. They're like, I'm pretty sure if Trump gets impeached, they will fucking do a terrorist attack. I'm almost 100% positive that it's over there on that side. So you look at fascism and socialists at this point. Socialism is on the rise, fascism is on the rise, right? So both sides, we got Russia and fucking. I don't know what's going on in Germany at this point, but Russia's like fucking full-fledged communists. Like at this point, they're like Marxism. We're gonna give in. Like we're going for Marxism. Yeah. Like that's what we're gonna do. But like so at this point,
China in on it too. At that point,
yeah,
they've been working with China a lot.
So China at this point has been fucking Japan's bitch.
Right. Yeah. And China and Japan. I mean, China and Russia hang out along because fucking Russia went to war with Japan and Japan beat them. Like no one wants to talk about that. Like,
yeah. So
I think that's worth bringing up every now and then.
Japan beat a lot of people, man. Like the whole Boxer rebellion and shit like that. We were involved, like hardcore. Yeah. Like so, at this point in time, I've read in Brave Men, Dark Waters by Richard Ord. It is a awesome book on the Navy SEALs. Awesome book. And they were involved in the whole situation with Japan. So they were there. They were there. They were there for a long fucking time. The UDs, the underwater divers or whatever.
Yeah.
That's where the SEALs came from. They came from the underwater divers, and
teams,
and like their history is fucking glorious.
No, it's pretty cool. I did read a book about the UDTs.
So this is going on, man. Like, China and fucking Russia is joining together. Then socialism is fucking on a rise. Like, fascism and socialism, there's only one difference. One's the government controlling everything, and one's one person controlling everything. So, but that's the only difference between the two. But if you look at it, like, on the spectrum of crazies, they are dead fucking center, and they meet each other on how far you want to go. They're both like fascism. Like, I love how fascism now is like a new term for fucking people to say, "Oh, like you're a fascist" and all this other stuff, and yet they want to get rid of free speech.
Yeah, the anti-fascist people are very fascist.
Oh yeah, dude! Like everything they do, like
I don't know what that word means.
Oh yeah, everything they do is it's very fascist.
Yeah.
Like so I mean, for them, like, not to get off subject, but for them it's just like some kind of fucking status quo, I guess, in their mindset. I don't know if I'm right on it, but I think they just have that whole fucking like, well, if we say we're anti-fascist, but we want to get rid of hate speech, and we want to do this and this and this.
I think they feel they can say people are fascists because the people they're talking about are on the right.
Yeah.
So it's odd that people so far on the left are looking at people on the right and saying, okay, well, they're right wing and they're extremists, so therefore they're fascists. Yeah. But the people they're talking about are not fascists; they're fascists.
It's confusing. Is it not confusing? Yeah. It's just like, so you get like a lot of what Crowder did in an episode where they were talking about the comedy club where you wasn't allowed to, if you didn't fit their criteria, they wouldn't let you do stand up. And I was just like, well, what's their criteria? And it was just like, can't make jokes about gays, can't make jokes about other things. And I was just like, but that's what we do. There's, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why there's stereotypes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why we make jokes about it. There's a reason why there's a fucking joke about white people eating mayonnaise. For some reason, white people love mayonnaise. You know what I mean? Like, there's jokes like that. You know what I mean? Like, those are funny fucking jokes. Like, or like the jokes about fucking black dudes liking fried chicken and watermelon. Yeah. Like, yes, it's offensive, but like, these are fucking jokes, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And they're just jokes.
Yeah.
And there's always a certain amount of truth that follows along with it.
There is.
Which is why it's important for comedians to be able to come out and say that, because traditionally they've been able to say shit that other people really can't say.
Yeah.
Get away with it.
Yeah, but like now it's just like Orange Man bad, and that's their only joke. And then NPCs are over here fucking laughing their ass off about it, and it's just like, why is Orange Man bad? Like, you have no original fucking material. Like if you think about it, dude, like, you don't even have to be a fucking stand up, and all you have to do is just go to a crowd and be like, Trump's bad. And people are like, that kind of mentality and shit. But, like, since we're getting off subject, so Hitler comes to power at this point. And I say it the way I just said it, it's because he kind of came fucking in and was just like, what's up, bro? Like,
right.
I'm a little dick, big dick motherfucker over here. Like, I've been talking about a lot of dicks lately, I guess. I don't know. So he wants to be a player. He wants to be a player on the table. And
the stage is set for him too.
Oh yeah. Oh, they don't know what to do, man. Like, we literally fucking like. You want to talk about what this kind of fucking is? It is, I beat the fuck out of you and then rape you. That's the fucking that we did.
Yeah.
That's the allied fucking. That's the good old.
Germans fuck.
Oh yeah, they're fucked. Yeah. They're screwed. They have no income. They have no money. They're paying for everybody else's shit. And Hitler comes in and it was just like, obviously the older crowd wanted him because the older generation was just like, they've been through it. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, okay, we were a war machine. Okay, we were a feared force. Most of those guys probably fought with alongside of with Hitler in World War One, because Hitler fought in World War One. But you had dudes like that, and people just want fucking change. All right, they're tired of being fucking stepped on because, like, at this point, like, even still to this day, I view Germans differently than I do any other fucking culture. I look at them as weak, and I look at them as like I can't trust them. That's why, like, you know what I mean? Like, I look at it like you look at it and it's just like, well,
I mean, I kind of feel you on that.
Yeah, because like when they were like, yeah, we want to be in charge of a European government military, I was just like, you're not allowed. You're not a fucking allowed. Like, shit still fucking kind of like still, you know, the wounds are still there, bro. Wounds are still there. You're not a fucking allowed. Like, you might have to wait for another fucking 100 years because
I really have a lot of respect for Germany, but they do get really carried away.
Oh yeah. It goes. Oh, dude, trust me. Why the fuck World War One started?
Like, so he hit you in the face, and then you chop his legs off.
Yeah,
like, I don't see how that.
And you murder his family. Like, you were like, oh, hey man, he punched me. This is how we're gonna start this. I'm gonna kill your bloodline.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like
that sounds fair, right? Yeah.
You burned my house down. I have to kill everybody. So, you know, at this point in time, like, Hitler is fucking, like, he's growing in the U.S. also, because people liked Hitler in the U.S. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, because I don't really fucking care for Hitler. I thought he was fucking, like...
That's kind of like hindsight, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, if you said there was a big socialist movement going on at the time...
Yeah.
And he's socialist... I mean, was... Like, how popular was he? Because, like... So he was on the cover of Time magazine, but we know that media is generally very liberal anyway.
Yeah.
So was it just a small but influential part of the population? Because I kind of doubt, like, you know, dude down in Tennessee is like, you know what, I really like that Hitler guy.
I mean, at this time, at this point in time, Great Depression's happening, right?
Yeah.
You had the Roaring '20s. Because the economy was booming, and then you had the Dust Bowl, and it was like, bam, economy hits us hard, right? Like, we have no money.
Right.
We have, like, the government has money, but we have no money. We're broke. There's no farmers. There's no nothing going on. We're not fucking, all of our resources is exported. Dudes are, like, obviously crime is picking up at this point in time. Yeah. So you got crime that's picking up, and we had the fucking monsters era. We had... You know, fucking shit like that nature, where we had the FBI as fucking conspiracies and fascism trying to take over in the U.S. And, you know, there's a lot of shit going on at this time period. Like, there's a lot of stuff. And so Hitler takes over Germany. And I think it's kind of right what you were saying about the whole, like, was he powerful like that? Or was he just powerful because he kind of, like, killed off all of his competition? Like, because we viewed it as in, like, he was on Time magazine. So let's go back to that one again. He was on Time magazine as the man of the fucking year. So what he was doing, he was booming. Like, Germany is fucking booming at this point, right? Like, so Germany's doing well, their economy's doing well because he said, fuck it, I'm not paying you.
Yeah.
And so the Allies, like, at this point, it was just like, oh, whatever, all right. I'm pretty sure
they weren't willing to stop him.
They really kind of lost the effort. They were like, oh man, you know what? I kind of feel bad for this fucking that we just did to you. You know what I mean? Like, obviously remorse is coming through this, and he was just like, I'm not gonna fucking pay you, and did the whole 999 kind of thing, and he was just like, I'm not paying you. And so Hitler takes up a charge, and like they, you know, this is. I'm pretty sure, like, a historian's gonna say this is the most fucked up history ever. But
this is not official history. I think that's what you put out there.
Yeah, no. This has nothing to do with anything with history. Like, I am not a historian. Like, historians would probably be like, "Good God!" Like,
they butchered that.
You went from talking World War I to on World War II. What is this? So they, you know, they. Obviously, fucking Hitler takes over, right? So we've been on this subject for a while on Hitler taking over. So Hitler takes over. Hitler's in charge. Hitler's running the show at this point. He's killed off all his competition. Yeah. He's murdered everything, and then like he just like, you know, he fucked up. He fucked up many times, and what he did was he fucked up because he tried to. So you have Poland right now. and it's just kind of like minding their own fucking business, doing whatever. But during this time period, they that police battalion book that I read, they had, so it was weird, man. Their military was all young fighting ages, right? And they were practicing fucking drills and doing stuff with sticks. They didn't have weapons. Like, we took everything. So, you know, their military is practicing this and stuff and that. And then, like, Hitler fucked up because he couldn't separate the madness from the method. So, like, if he wanted what Jordan Peterson said was the madness from mayhem. He couldn't understand the two. Like, if he actually set his mind onto, instead of, because Germany does this, man. Like, we've seen it in World War One. They were fighting two fronts, and I don't understand why they keep doing this, but let them keep doing it, I guess. They're fucking retarded. So he couldn't separate killing off Jews versus fucking the war. So he was fighting the war and killing Jews and using his guys. And, like, at this point in time, like, we are moving into the 30s, right? Like, the whole set, what was it, 1936, I believe, at this point? 1936 was the year that he hit Poland, or 38?
It's close to 4, so it's probably 38.
Yeah, okay. So he, obviously they attacked Poland. And they attacked Poland because they wanted to attack Russia. And so if you look at, like, throughout history, because this is where history repeats itself, the Napoleon era, with the way that they attacked. Okay, like, the French went through Germany first, and they gather up as much men as they can, use them as slaves, yada yada yada, and you went to go fight Russia. Yeah. But you always did it in the springtime to fight Russia. So at this point in time, I believe we're in the late summer when he invades Poland. So he wants to play the card. Like, he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna take over Poland at this point in time. And so he goes in and takes over Poland.
He pulled a Crimea.
Yeah.
He said, hey, those 3 German guys in Poland are being oppressed.
Yeah. Those 3 German dudes are all sitting there drinking a beer and like, what? Oppressed?
So, you know, they had to go in and rescue them.
Yeah, so they invade there, and the world just is like, you can't do that. You're not allowed to have a military. You're not allowed to invade anybody. And then Hitler was just like, yeah, and Hitler said, not today. Not today, French. So the bystander is just, you know, the bystander that's weak and doesn't know anything. They were like, not today, French. What'd I do? That motherfucker. Yeah. And so, you know, then they go into their rampage and they invade France. Then they invade Belgium first. They always start with...
Well, yeah, and it kind of sucks. I mean, because Belgium's just in the wrong place. They're like literally...
all they're good for is fucking windmills.
They're like a buffer. And not like a really good buffer, kind of like a speed bump. You know, because they're...
Like my neighborhood.
They got to go through Brussels, Belgium to get to freaking France. And France spent, like a decade building the freaking Maginot Line. Dumped like half their forces on it. Yeah. And it lasted like 4 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, so France gets invaded again. We are, man, Hitler's fucking rolling right at this point in time. Mm-hmm. People are just like, damn, dude, like, Hitler's actually a fucking warmonger all over here, bro. Yeah. And, like, people are scared. Sure. You know, Britain was scared for a while because he bombed the fuck out of London. Yeah. And I remember that, like, pretty much in my words, Churchill said, hey, bro, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I will end this. And we didn't, you know, Britain was just kind of one of those, like, I don't see the fucking point of, let's just throw it out there as us doing another war. Yeah. And so, you know, they were just like, you can't do this. Can't do this. Okay, now you're doing it. Well, but it was also too late on their part. Because,
yeah, well, they sent the fucking ambassador, I forget his name, to go talk to Hitler. Yeah. And dude comes back and is like, no, I mean, Hitler's good. He promised he's not going to do anything. Yeah. And like a month later,
Yeah.
the killing starts.
So he's killing motherfuckers at this point. Hitler's fucking on a rampage, man. Like he's killing. Like see, he couldn't separate the fucking two. Like what was your ultimate goal? Like Hitler is fucking like obviously from fucking Parkinson's disease and heroin addict and all this other shit. Like that motherfucker was fucked up.
Yeah.
Like he just couldn't fucking figure out like what do you want to do? You want to kill Jews or you want to kill fucking the war?
Yeah.
Like because if he wanted to, and he just said we're gonna go to the war and then we'll come back to killing Jews, like if he did that, we would be speaking German. I guarantee it because we're sitting on the outside the whole time and we're just like.
Yeah, there was so much hesitation on that part, and if he had played it kind of like from, like if Putin was in his position,
Yeah,
I think shit would have gone down a lot slower, over a longer period of time instead of him just trying to do everything at once without any real clear objective. It's kind of like I just want to do everything like right now.
Yeah.
Instead of I'm going to do this, and then when shit comes down, we're going to move on.
Yeah. So this is going to be the first part. This is part 1 of our conversation. I'm gonna start a new conversation on this next one so that we can continue on this conversation.